Hey, Sean. Welcome to an evening post. Thank you for clicking on this. I appreciate it. Tonight's going to be a little different and maybe a little weird. I'm asking you to trust me, but we're going to do a little bit of a creative guided meditation, one for which I am absolutely not really qualified to do. But if this is something you think you'll hate, I either encourage you to stop the video right now and don't hate watch it, or close your eyes and commit to it and see if you don't surprise yourself with what you may find within yourself for these couple minutes. So I'm going to close my eyes. I may open them to peek at my notes for a moment, but in general, I just want you to close off the world, close your eyes, listen to the sounds around you for a minute. Maybe it's the sounds of your air conditioning, your heater. Maybe there's a TV on. Maybe you're somewhere. If you're driving, please don't watch YouTube videos while you're driving, and definitely don't close your eyes. We're going to start with a few deep breaths, and just fill your breath as full as you can fill it. Just and let it all out. In again. And all the way out. And we're not doing anything to change the pattern. Keep on breathing. We're not trying to breathe for longer or shorter than usual. Just deep breaths at whatever pace you feel comfortable. One of the things that I like doing is picturing just a tiny, thin trail of smoke that you can feel it going in your nostrils and down your throat, right into your stomach and sort of coiling up in your lungs. You could feel that fill you like a thread of smoke, and then you can feel it go all the way back out again. But ignore everything except your breath. We're only worried about your breath. And one more. Now continue to breathe, and as you're breathing, I want you to think about your art, your hobby, these passion projects that are consuming you, these things that you just love doing. And I want you to remember a time where you were reminded that everything that you're pursuing is worth it. And maybe it was a positive comment you got on something you posted online. Maybe it was an encouraging word from a collaborator you got to work with or work alongside. Maybe it was a little kid asking you a question about how you did that, why you did that, or how they could do something like that themselves. But think of one of these moments where you had that feeling of, I am doing this for the right reasons, and I love doing it, and I want to do it more. And put that in your head, and think not only through the moment and how the interaction played out, but think also of how you felt in that moment, that pride, that accomplishment, and just sit with that for a moment. Now, start to walk through your process of getting ready to create your art. And I want you to think of something, some moment before you're creating your art, some moment that just triggers you to be in the zone. And if you're a painter, maybe it's mixing up your paint. If you're an illustrator, maybe it's the way your pencil feels in the sharpener when you know you're about to start anew. If you're a camera operator like me, maybe it's the feeling when you balance that gimbal perfectly. Maybe it's the sound your computer makes when it's booting up, or when you load your program and put your interface just the way you like it. But picture that blank slate feeling, that moment where it's just peace, where things are clicking and it's satisfying and you're primed, ready to create. Now I want you to step into your art. And start to picture that you are creating. Maybe you're writing, you're taking photos, you're doing your graphic design, you're sewing, whatever your art is, whatever form it takes. I want you to picture yourself doing it. And I want you to feel that flow. I want you to think of a time when things were just clicking exactly how you wanted. If you're a photographer, when the light was just right and the subjects lined up perfectly and it was even better than you planned, and that moment when you just know you're nailing it and you're in the zone. And same with if you're a writer and the words just start coming. I want you to think not only of those moments and remembering one of them, but more importantly, how you felt in that moment, that triumph, that excitement, when everything's just clicking And when you're not even trying that hard, it's just flowing through you, and your artistry, the creator in you, is getting to shine. And I want you to sit with that for a moment and continue your breathing just like we have been. But I want you to breathe remembering that feeling, that emotion of when everything is going just right. Keep that emotion in your mind right now. Keep that feeling of accomplishment, of triumph, of flow. Keep that in the top of your mind. And I like to do this exercise and do this breathing and this refocusing right before I begin something, before I sit down to do a creative project, before I sit down to edit, before I get out my camera, just to sort of reset myself and put myself in that mindset of accomplishment, of excitement, of a true love for the process that I'm about to undertake. That's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully this wasn't too ridiculous, and there's other questions you can ask yourself. There's other things you can reflect on that put you in a different space when you go to create your art than you might be if you're coming directly from work or busyness or some chore or errand, and you're trying to click right in to doing what you love. Take a moment to reset and to clear your slate, because doing so can put you in a very different place and open the doors for you to create even better than you would before. That's all I have. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow.